Okay, good afternoon. This is my Gypsy Hermitage Tarot. Welcome to my channel. When it comes to donating to my channel or booking me for a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. So this is a twin flame, all signs for divine masculines. This is a divine masculine reading to check in on the divine masculine's thoughts and feelings for his feminine, okay? All signs, like I said, and these are individual readings. So this particular sign is the divine masculine Pisces, and we're looking at his thoughts and feelings for his feminine. All right. Lord have mercy. Oh, I didn't mean to pull that one, but it came out, so oh well. So, Divine Masculine Pisces, you have the Fairy of the Divine Hand. Okay, this is from the Shadows and Light deck. You have the Lantern Fairy. Not that you're, some type of mythical creature, but these are the cards. You have the Dried Flower Fairy. Strangely Lonely, and Fairy of the Highlands. So it looks like you're drinking too much, and it's making your view of the situation distorted because you're overindulging. The perspective you have is through the lens of you're drunk right before you go to sleep, or you're high and you're not thinking clearly. Like you're not. There's a clear solution to whatever the situation, whatever problems you have had with this person, with your feminine. Like you remember them sweetly. You have sweet memories about them. But there's a problem with not being able to communicate just like with straight words, just straightforward communication. Everything comes in like I can hardly talk right now. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes I have that problem, but but I feel like that's how you communicate. I feel like it's like you want to say so much to the feminine, but it won't come out. You can't get it out. And it's because when you're always dealing with coming down from being drunk or coming down from a high, you're living in a fog. The aftermath is like a fog. You know what I mean? It's blurry. You're always in recovery. There's never any just straight clarity. All right? And it leaves you strangely lonely. So for some of you, you're holding on too tight to a person who's not even your feminine, because you know them through excess. You know them through this foggy state of drinking and smoking too much and mindless sex. It's like you don't even know who you're having sex with, and you got attached though, because it's a part of that whole vibration, right, of overindulging. Spirit is saying it's time for you to be brave. Clean up your energy so you can actually communicate with your feminine. So you can actually, talk about the things you need to talk about and clear the air. You'll never clear the air if you don't do the work. But this is about how you think and feel about them. You love them. You remember them sweetly. You're holding on too tight to them because it's just like your addiction to alcohol and drugs, or whatever you're overindulging, food or sex or all of that. It's clouding your vision of this person, of how you should also deal with your person. Because in your clouded state, in your distorted view, she's just one of many. But only one from among these looks like an innocent, you know what I mean? An innocent soul. The other two look like real trouble, right? But you've lumped her in with trouble. with people that will only bring you trouble, with people that only live in drama. You've lumped the divine feminine in with that. And so just like you are always coming back into the lives of your lovers, that's how you treat your feminine. And that's not, come on. Anywho, you have the fates. Imagine. Round and round. Ooh, masculine. Higher power. And never-ending story. See, the round and round, and I just realized this recently. There's another card in this deck that has to do with unfinished business. Unfinished symphony is the card. Okay, now I'm making a mess. That's not the same, excuse me. That's not the same as never-ending story. The spirit of it is not the same because unfinished symphony is the twins. Never-ending story looks karmic as a motherfucker. Look at that. It's like a burden. Why? Why am I plagued by this person? They always bring me down. Why? And here's the cycle. Round and round, never growing, never getting to a better, interaction with your feminine. Because you haven't awakened, but it leaves you drained too, masculine, even for some of you that are divine masculines, but you've awakened only to a certain extent, but it's almost like you're fighting it. And because you're stuck, you keep the connection stuck. You need to remember this is destiny. This is your fate to be with this person. Look how beautiful her spirit is. She's like an angel with those wings. But do you treat her like that? You know what I mean? It's like you wonder why she keeps walking away from you. You wonder why she won't accept offers from you. But you're treating someone who's such a beautiful soul as if she's just like everybody else, and she's not. She doesn't treat you like everybody else. She's always sharing higher wisdom with you. She's always loving you, telling you she loves you. Even if she doesn't tell you she loves you, for most of you, the way she treats you is so much better than anybody. But you still lump her in. You still lump her in. You need to imagine greater than that. If you could only clear your mind. This is for whichever divine masculine resonates with this. Okay? Yeah, look, dude. You're supposed to be milk and honey. Like, this is the over the rainbow shit. You're supposed to be so happy that it feels like you're having a whole new life. But when you stay in this stuck energy, the message she gets is that you're just not for her. Not for you. This is the not for you card. That's the message you're giving your actual feminine. That you just are not for her. You are not the one for her. She's been stuck on the wrong person, and that's you. Now, that's a perspective from her side for you, right? Okay, so let's pull some tarot for you. And I love you. I do. I love that there are divine masculines in the world. I do. That's like the hope of my middle years, learning this. I wish I was such a spiritual force as a teenager and all my life. If I had known that, oh my God. So this keeps coming up in the energy of the divine masculine in every reading I've been doing lately. When it's a twin flame connection, the masculine keeps getting this life experience. It's almost like You're not growing because you're not learning lessons. You've been living a certain way, but in your living, you're not learning the lessons coming out of every situation. Coffee. It's my favorite mug. So, yeah, look at that. The way you approach love and have always approached people that you are attracted to and want to be with is in the spirit of competition. Because whatever it is that you have going on, maybe you the dude in the room who's the finest, or you the dude in the room with the biggest imprint in his jeans, or you're the dude in the room who's the most successful and has the kindest demeanor. Whatever it is that gives you a competitive edge, that's how you approach love. You don't approach love individually with the individual person that you are interested in. You know? From your life experience. That's what you need to look at. And so you end up in situations and relationships and love affairs with people where there's just a lot of conflict, because this culture of having multiple people, third party, fourth party situations never becomes resolved. You never think you need to grow out of that for some of you. For whoever this resonates with, for whoever it resonates with. When it comes to your twin, though, you're supposed to give her what she deserves. You're supposed to give her justice. And it's like you want to give her justice. These are your cards. These are my masculine cards. You want to give her justice, but then your old ways, man, they just come back. As soon as you see, it's like squirrel, 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 something new and shiny. It's like, damn. And now, regardless of what age you are, damn, look at the younger ones. That's what I just heard. Look at the younger ones, dude. You know, look at the ones of different races. Look how the Latinas do it. Look how the white babes are doing it now. You know, they plumping up. They look just like this girl I went to high school with, but they white. Whatever. You know? And that ignites you here. That ignites your passion. It doesn't ignite your soul. It doesn't. And even with your feminine, it's like when you break her heart, and after you break her heart so many times and you wonder why she just won't talk to you at all, and then you just want to, man, you like, if I could just get her back with the D. Because you're overconfident with that. You're overconfident with this masculine, but it's the soul that needs to grow. I'm going to show you your feminine in a minute. This is what you're presenting to this kind of woman. Let me show you. Okay? Ooh-wee. This is what you're presenting. These are the kinds of women that you all are presenting. If I could just, because the feminine, true divine feminine, you know how she, do you know how she tames you? Because it's not between her legs, although that is compelling between the twins. It's a very strong thing, the sexual connection, but she tames you with her purity. Because there's something about the divine feminine. This is a woman who is loyal. She can hold on. Most of them can have periods of time where they're not fucking around. They're not sleeping with nobody. Like they keep themselves close, to themselves. They have a very strong connection with divine, with God. They are not people, the kind of people that treat others badly. So when you come into their life and they treat you so good, you take it personally a lot of the times, when that's just how she is. Like that's how she is with everyone. That's why she stands out, because she's so good. And you never thought, like you've never met a woman like that in your life. And for some of you that have met women that are close to that, or even men that are close to that, everyone's particular feminine is still going to stand out even more. Because your true feminine is the one that cannot forget you. She does not go anywhere. Other feminines are like, this is not my masculine, let me go. And you never hear from her again. I'm talking about the one that's just like, she never, just, the energy is always there for only one. And only you would know which one. If you would clear up your energy, you could probably figure it out, but it's hard. Especially if you keep your playlist chock full of options. All right? So your feminine, some of your feminines are like the Yamoja. She's the goddess of all that flows. She says, I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. So some of you, your feminine is a creative person. Like they may paint or write or sing or write songs, or there's something, or do interior design, something they do that's creative. Excuse me. And you're astounded. Like every time you talk to them or hear from them, you're astounded that they've created more. Maybe the way they create a home, whatever it is, the energy they create within themselves, because they're always, prayerful and fasting and eating right and giving to everyone. And the more you learn that about them, that's just how they flow, you're just like, damn, she's so beautiful, right? For others of you, she's like Hestia. Hestia is the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. This is the kind of person that treats everybody like family. Like she's the kind of person that people feel at ease with and just tell all of their problems to and cry to just for meeting her. Because she's such a gentle soul. She's so nurturing. And even the type of home she makes is like that. You can just let down all your guard and be yourself with this kind of woman. For others of you, she's like Green Tara. Green Tara is the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. So, and your feminine could be a combination of any of these, just so you know. Okay, these are just a few cards from the deck, and this is the feminines that are showing up today. Just to remind you, masculine, of what you have in them. So this is someone that, like, she might be the type of person that reaches out to you just to show you some love, or to correct your behavior, because you don't know. It's like when you're in an intoxicated state, when you're always like it's your view is so distorted. It's like you don't even know what you're throwing down at the feet of a divine feminine, and you just give her like slop. It's like slopping pigs. You just throwing shit at her feet and wondering why she has a problem with it. And you're like, it's too much. It's too much. She just always got a problem, and you never address the things that she tells you. And she may even tell you just in a way that's not even harsh. It's just matter of fact. Look, dude, this is why I respond the way I respond, or whatever. But you're so deep in the cups and so deep in your lifestyle of the world that you want to actually attribute wrong to her. When in actuality, divine allowed her that release to hopefully mend things with you. Because with someone who is clear, right, not intoxicated all the time, or not sitting around with blurry vision, and this is not to put you down. This is to give you the opportunity to see the blessing that's in front of you so you can do something about it within yourself. You are a divine masculine. You're a beautiful soul. But you've thrown so much dirt on what God has given you of your soul. And even in that altered state, your soul still shines brightly and attracts people. But you take that to your ego, to your self-importance, when it's really your soul. And that's a gift. You treat the gift of your soul the way you treat the gift of your feminine. Goddamn, I don't know where that came from. But it's true. Yeah, she does things, when she does things for you, they're usually inspired. They're usually from the soul. They're usually an instruction from divine, and she just obeys because she loves divine and she loves you. Even if she's not your feminine too, I just heard. Even if she's a divine feminine but not yours. That's the beauty of the divine feminine. We're all like that in a sense, to some extent. We're all so giving. Most of us have channels like this, or some way that we're able to give to the human family the wisdom we need so badly so we can elevate. Other of your feminines are in this energy of Lalita. She's the red goddess. She says, playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. If you and your feminine laugh a lot together, y'all know how to talk shit and just be like Ace Boone together, you know what a gift that is. I don't care what. If you diminish the traits of these people, you will live in darkness for the rest of your life, trying to replicate it in people that don't have it. I'm just saying. There's a twin flame movie called something in heaven. Shoot. I love soulmate movies now after I've come into knowledge of this in 2019, but maybe I'll remember it before the end of the video. But in the movie, there are two souls that met in heaven after the masculine was killed saving a family from drowning in their car, and then he got caught in the car and was the one that died. He went to heaven, met his twin. They got married in heaven, but then she was called to earth for the first time. She was a new soul. She got called to earth for the very first time. And then because she got called right after they were married, he panicked and was like, no, I want to be with her. Can't I go too? And so he begged his way into being able to go. But the warning was, if you haven't, and he got the angel that gave him the stipulations of him going back, he gave him 3 chances. He started off saying, if you haven't met her by 25, then you're not going to meet her. If you have, okay, fine. If you haven't met, or maybe it was 20 something. It ended up being on, if you haven't met her by your 30th birthday, you'll both be with other people, but you'll be miserable. And it's like that. It's like that. Some of you are, and there's an understanding behind it all. You're a human being. You do have issues. You have valid reasons for your trepidation. You do. I don't want to diminish that. I don't want to make you feel bad for your hesitancy. I don't. I want this to be a place where masculines can feel like they can be themselves without Gypsy going in too hard. But I'm the kind of feminine that I've always been friends with dudes, you know, with boys when I was young, with men all my life. And I value men because they are straight shooters usually. Because I can cut to the chase and they not crying. Like sometimes women can just be too sensitive, and either they're gonna run away or they're gonna, you know, it's gonna hurt their feelings or whatever. With men, I've never had that. But then again, we were just friends. So men can take things from friends that they can't take from a woman that they're vulnerable to because they love them. You know what I mean? So put me in that category. Don't put me in the category that you're easily hurt by my words, because we nothing to each other, right? But I want to help you. That's why, you know, since I started my channel, I've been doing Divine Masculine readings from time to time. You all don't show up as much as the feminines, but I think it's important. So other feminines are in the energy of Marguerite Poiré. She's the mystic of divine love. She says love is divine, and I am nothing except love. And it's not an accident that she has a habit on, like she's dressed like a nun. When I was a teenager, I wanted to be a nun. That's how focused I was on being chaste. Like I didn't sleep around. I hadn't had sex or nothing. I hadn't even kissed a boy until I was like 17. Like I was a nun. Even the finest boy that everybody had a crush on, I had a crush on my block. We were playing catch a girl, kiss a girl. He caught me and I was the fastest girl runner. I still wouldn't kiss him, because that just was my energy. I had so much self-discipline, and I attributed it to my connection with God. So I just took that so seriously. Some of your feminines are like that. Like, even though, and they can't say everything, I just had this feeling of them being stifled, wanting to pour out to you, but knowing you wouldn't be able to take it well. You know? And look, it's funny. I was holding my hand to my chest and I looked at the card, and that's how she's sitting or standing in front of a holy book. She loves God so much. She loves you, but her love for you is a step down from her love for God, even though it's in the same region of her heart, because it's divine and she knows that's where it's from. These are not common women. They're very unique. They're very specific. Okay? I'm glad I did this. The last one, some of your feminines are in the energy of the Dakini. She's the enlightened feminine, of course. She said, this is someone that goes off of intuition even when they leave you. It's like, they're not even going to tell you. Like, they don't even give you a warning. Okay, I'm going again. They're just gone. They got to go. She says, my gut instinct is wise beyond measure, or beyond reason. Same thing, kind of. I trust my intuition to guide me. Yes. And if you've noticed recently, and this is whether it's your feminine or just a divine feminine, if you've been dealing, communicating, or whatever with a woman who is a divine feminine, and you notice she's been listening more than talking, and then you don't hear from her after that, that's this shit. She said, yeah, this is not getting better. I can't be here either because this is not my person, or I can't be here because my person is not awake. Whatever it is, for some of you, she realized you're not her person at all, and that you actually love someone else who's probably your person. See, you think you run a game in your darkness, in your distorted view. You can't run game on a divine feminine. You cannot. She reads between the lines. She hears the shit you say accidentally and try and clean up. She got all that shit. She got you. Whether she's yours or not. But especially if she's yours, the divine feminine knows you, masculine. She knows you. Okay? So you know, let me know in the comments, right? If your feminine is anything like these feminines that I've shared with you. I want to get some more tarot on how else you think and feel about your feminine, okay? You know, I don't see any cups, though. What the fuck? Where are the cups? Okay, 1 cup card. Thanks, masculine. You a trip. Ooh. Okay. Okay, masculine. All right. I pulled some extra cuz. Yeah. So masculine, you have the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 2 of Water, High Priestess, 4 of Wands, the Star card, and the Queen of Cups. 2 of Cups, Queen of Cups. You've been getting opportunities, or there's a specific opportunity you've been approached with for your career. And it's going to change your life, just so you know. It's going to change your life. You need to stay focused. If you need to communicate and negotiate the contract, you need to make sure you are clear in your communication. Because this is going to make you a leader in a way that you haven't been. Like more materially, much more grounded, more stable. Okay? You've been spending too much of your money. When you make it, it's like you make it and you spend it right away. You know, probably in partying and treating it, maybe paying some of your lover's bills or treating them out or whatever it is. Yeah, you got money coming in, but you need to save them shits. You need to be more frugal when it comes to your savings, because not only are you having projects that are contract oriented projects, you're also like going to get a permanent job, which for so many of you, for some of you I should say, is what you've needed. It's what you've really wanted for a long time. And it's probably the feminine that's inspired that in you, if you're honest. You've been worried about money for a long time, because that is the real crux of why you are not with your feminine in your mind, right? That's probably why you drink. That's probably why you're always, what's the word? You're always distracting yourself, from the reality of your life. Is because you're like, God, she can't rely on me. I don't have anything stable every 2 weeks, Well, it's coming. It's coming in. But you got to hold on to the money, see? You got to grow yourself up like you're your own father. For those of you that didn't grow up with a father, or your father just didn't spend a lot of time training you with money management or training you with family life or whatever it is that you lack, okay? You do the training. At whatever part of life you're at, you can train yourself to do those things. YouTube is the center of the universe for anything we could ever need to learn. Facts, like the young people say. I'm about to be 55, talking about some facts, but that's facts. Including budgeting, including money management, including savings. Set a goal for yourself, masculine. She's worth it. Isn't she? Look at this. Pisces energy in the High Priestess, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, but it doesn't matter. This is someone who's a highly evolved feminine that you love. You don't know anybody else like her, right? She probably has businesses she's growing that are businesses of serving others, and you admire her so much. She is stable. Her love is stable. Even if she's gone up and down with you because you have not been stable, the way you treat her has not been stable. So one minute she loves you, then the next minute because you slime her, she like, let me get the fuck out of here. This is not my person. She hasn't known what to do with you. And you want to blame her for that? Come on. You know who's not stable in this bitch. Okay? She is the star. She is the woman that you have never met another one like her. Ever, never, ever. And you never will again. Even if you stumble across, even if you've met other women like these, but they didn't stay to be with you, or you didn't get the kind of love from them that you get from this one particular woman or person. Because you don't allow yourself enough time to be clean and have clarity of mind so you can decipher who has stood out. Because some of you, let's see. You healing. You're healing from her constantly walking away. She keep walking away from you. Because she keeps healing. And then she walks away, your heart gets broken, and then you have to heal. And it's just a dysfunctional cycle that goes round and round, never getting anywhere. But that's because you're in addiction mode, right? Addiction is hard to beat, but you can beat it. Some of you are air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Some of you are Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It's all here. It's all here. It doesn't even matter what sign you are. She's such a loving woman. Like, she's so loving, but she don't take no shit. And patient. Some of you have known this woman for years and have yet to present her with anything she can accept. You want her to accept your dirty laundry of an offer. The same bullshit you've been living all your life. You put that, like I say, you keep throwing at the feet of the most beautiful soul you've ever met besides, I don't know, your parents or an auntie or a grandma or whoever took care of you. But you know you've never met a woman like her. Like, she's a go-getter, she's smart, she's beautiful, she's talented, she's loving, she's family-oriented. She's the kind of woman that you think, see, some of you think that even when you're with a woman, you got to tell them what to do. You ain't got to tell her what to do, and she'll let you know that. But she'll be doing that shit that you know you want from a woman. Naturally, she'll do it. If you would just shut the fuck up and get out of your own way, masculine. Stop these games of the world that says, well, I'm the man. And that's fine. The emperor does want to be in charge, but he's compassionate. You just all ego and bravado and shit. I'm the man of this house, so you gon'. And even if you do go through that phase, you do. You know, you're going to go through that phase, but don't go too far. Don't. Okay. Before I get to the divine deck, I want to pull some cards from my homemade Twin Flame deck. And I'm actually going to get some, what is it called? Cardstock. If I can find some really pretty cardstock. And I'm going to make another deck of divine masculine, divine feminine sentiments so that I can have that, because I love doing twin flame readings, and I would love it if I could, have that kind of thing for you. But with what I have here, I'm going to pull 4 cards to see what some of your situations are. Okay? Ooh. All right. Yeah, you love her. Some of you know you love her. Like you always do. It doesn't leave you. But sometimes I just heard sometimes you use that love that you have for her to try and manipulate her, and you're not even ready for a relationship. But you're learning what relationship is because you feel like you need her every day, and you've probably never felt like that beyond someone sexually, or someone that you feel like intellectually you think that we would be tight together, but above that, some of you have so many chances to love amazing women, and you never honor it. You never do the thing that will allow you to. Or you're so confused on how to choose that you still is eeny, meeny, miny, mo, because for some of you, you have multiple choices of divine feminines that you need to release so they can get to their true masculines. You cannot be so selfish. Do you know how heavy that karma would be, divine masculine? For you to hold up somebody else's feminine from reaching them? Stop doing wrong. If you're dreaming about one woman, one particular woman, that's your feminine. Stop playing games with everybody else. Do you know how pissed I would be? And kind of am. I'm a fighter, okay? Even if it's just energetically at 54, almost 55. Definitely with my mouth when it comes to anything outside of my home or anybody that I have a problem with. I'm coming for you. Especially if you wrong me. I don't come for anybody unjustly, but I'm saying that to say, if you know that you have your true feminine and you in my ear with the same wisdom and rhetoric you give to your feminine to try and make me, for whatever reason, stay around, there's a fire for your ass with that. Leave me the fuck alone. I am not one to fuck with, because as much as I get inspired to love people, and I love people on my pages, my Facebook pages, my channel, don't play with my love. Don't play with me. Don't. Anyway, sorry, masculine. I told you I'm a fighter. So let's get 2 more cards for you. Yeah, some of you are starting to notice how much you have in common with your feminine. Like, you mirror each other. It's like you go through something and then you talk to them or you see them and they're going through the same thing. You're getting over codependency. So you might realize that, okay, I love Cassandra so much because Cassandra got that ass. Or, you know what I mean? Because Cassandra does whatever I ask her to do sexually. Or Cassandra just wants me and accepts me. But Twin Flame is about growing. And it's about the soul's growth. Your soul is not Dennis. Dennis is not the soul. Dennis is the physical body that lives in this realm. Your soul never dies. Your soul came here alive and will leave this realm alive. And will still need to be growing and evolving. And if it doesn't, you're coming back to this shit again. And you can come back through even worse circumstances. It's a gamble. Through worse circumstances than you experienced this time. Only because you didn't honor the contract that you made with your twin soul before you got here. It was a contract. It's binding. That's why you feel like for a certain person, you can't get them out of your system energetically. It's the energy of them. Some of you feel, when they're upset. You feel them being upset and crying. You know, you feel them feeling lonely, or you feel like when they're in love, it breaks your heart because you can feel it, that they're in love with somebody else. The feminine definitely feels it, but the masculine has started feeling that shit in the last year, I feel like. Heartbreak. And you know why the heart keeps breaking? The feminine's heart keeps getting broken. And then she breaks your heart because she don't stay around for your bullshit. Because you always got a third party situation. Even if you reach out to her and say, okay, finally I let somebody go. Do you really think she doesn't know that either you did not let that person go or you already jumped into something new with another motherfucker? Some of you are bisexual and jumped into something with another motherfucker. Real talk. But you want to talk to a woman who's a divine feminine. Now, some people do believe that you can be homosexual and that one of the partners is divine feminine. Cool. I don't know nothing about that, so I'm not going to get deep into it. But I'm just saying, any playing with anybody in this, right? In this energy, and you might say, I don't want to inflame. I don't want the responsibility. I don't want all this heaviness. It just sounds fine, cool. But leave it alone then. You know, I was taught when divine wisdom comes, instead of fucking around with it, instead of playing with it, don't play with the divine realm. You either take it for what it is or you leave it the hell alone, because the judgment that comes with it is nothing you want. It's nothing you want. It's like doing that wrong thing that your parents told you never to do. You better not ever do that again, right? And then you do that shit again. Don't you get the worst spanking of your life? You better stop. Okay, so let's get the divine cards. Bottom of the deck is divine timing. That's a trial for divine masculine and feminine, more so the feminine, because the masculine's like, cool, I know I'm not ready. I still got a little fucking around I want to do. See, the problem with y'all, some of you, all of you are not fucking around. Most of your asses are. Because there's always, you're a divine masculine. Women love God. A lot of us, not all of us, you know, because these bitches, they don't love God. Those two, they love what certain people have that they want. When they want your person, they just want him for selfish reasons, because he's famous or has money or he's the finest on the block and they feel like they the finest bitches and all of this worldly shit. But there's no connection there. It's like dead wood, you know. So sometimes the divine, or a lot of times the divine masculine is like, that's cool. I got shit I want to do. I might want to have more children. I might want to, you know, try my hand at having a harem, see how that works out, you know, have multiple, do sister wives and shit. So stupid. You're not stupid. I'm sorry, masculine. It's immature energy. It's just immature energy. It is. And the divine feminine doesn't deserve any of it. Not a bit of it. Bottom of the deck in the divine deck is the 9 of Swords. You know, this connection will always be a burden to you, masculine, and the 10 of Wands. And always keep you up at night and always make you worry about your feminine. Even if you say, okay, you know, and a lot of you don't believe in God. But this kind of shit will make you pray. Or say to whomever you know, I'm just going to leave this alone. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. It's a burden to me. I don't feel good worrying about not being good enough for this when I know I'm not ready. Okay, be honest with yourself though, and then take the action that will support your mindset. You're indecisive just in general because of the different ways that this affects you, but in that indecision, you're hurting someone, even if you don't mean to. Some of you just don't care enough. You're just selfish. Some of you think that you're playing game with just another babe. All right. So you have the Sun card, the Lovers, the Two of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Prince of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Prince of Wands is that same motherfucker we already saw. And it's funny because it's in the same stack. Oh no, it's right here. Same dude. See? Same dude. Like I said, you still want to play around. You still want to play around. Even if you come into union with your feminine, I think you're still going to give yourself this leeway, and she may give you that leeway. Uh-oh. Okay, let me get my cards back in order because I don't like messes. I don't. All right. Okay. Four of Wands, life experience. See, that keeps coming out. That life experience, man. And it came out of your deck, and now it's coming out of the divine deck. There's something about life experience in the masculine. It's been coming up in all of my twin flame readings. There's something you're supposed to see in your past energetically about this person. Most of you have known her in your past, and you need to remember that there was something that pulled you to her, and that's almost going to be your confirmation. See? Right next to life experience is the Five of Summer. It says, trust that there is a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from the negative emotions of others. Focus on that which frightens or worries you. But looking back to see what in your experience, where was this person? How did you initially react to them? Because there was a moment, there was something that stood out about this person that you looked at in the past. And you need to remember that. I don't know why the fuck I'm saying this. I've never said this in a reading ever about feminines or masculines. But looking at these cards, there's something about the past beyond you all getting involved. If you've known each other in your childhood, in your young adulthood, whenever you met your feminine or a certain feminine, there's signs in your past interaction with them that are pointing to the fact that they are your feminine. You need to check that out if you could stop drinking and smoking and shit. Anyway, the Lovers are destined for abundance and happiness, making plans that become absolutely, and this is divine giving you this, absolutely successful. It's like that the Sun is the happiest card in any tarot deck. The happiest card. It's like he's heralding and he's blowing his trumpet to announce that the Lovers, the twins, are coming together. And in the divine deck, look at this. They're getting married. For those of you that are resistant to that, I don't know what to say to you, but... And here he is, coming ahead of the wedding, announcing it. Happily. This is divine saying this is what is coming down the pike or could potentially happen. But look, the obstacle is your indecision and your ability to make a real offer to this angel, your feminine. period. You still trying to choose between a feminine and, an angel and what? I don't want to call nobody no names, but a non-angel. Shit. I don't know. Oh, Lord. And you still put so much stock, right, in your private parts, in your skill in the bedroom or wherever it is that you like to get down these days. This is the same motherfucker. The divine knows what you are. This is not, and you may have a new beginning through the passion that you have for each other, but the outcome is still this. This is still it's still a wedding. This is divine telling you that. It's still a wedding. It's not just fucking around. You're going to fuck around with my divine feminine recreationally. No, it's still a wedding. You need to dream more. You need to open up. If you've already gotten confirmation in your dreams, you need to allow those things to propel you forward, even to the point that you're like, I'm just going to take a chance. I feel like it's right. I want to do this after you clean up your life. After you, true masculines know. They know what it is they need to qualify for such a high vibrational woman. They know exactly who they want to have that with. And they go off and they clean up their lives. They become more responsible. They get viable means of income going that's consistent and can be long term. They clean up their lives of extra people, and they make themselves, if they ever wanted a stable family, they turn themselves into a stable life partner. And then they go and propose. That's divine masculine. Now, the rest of y'all may be just some false twins. Just to let you know. You could be a false twin while you think, you looking down your nose at stable life. You're just not divine. But you've picked up the lingo from people you fucked with that you should have left alone. Because you keep playing games in God's realm when you living in the worldly realm. Stay in your lane. For those of you who are not divine masculines, you faking the funk, you showing up where you should not be, there's a flame that will get you for that. So leave this shit alone. Leave these alone. Where they at? Where the feminines at? They were over here. Leave them alone. Some of you are definitely marriage material. As much as you're afraid that you won't honor it, you will grow in it. Divine Feminine has so much wisdom, but you have to put yourself also on the path to attaining wisdom. She don't want to talk to somebody, and she wouldn't, because some of you are growing in wisdom just from your own. You're very bright. You know what I mean? Like, you're naturally spiritual. You are. So a lot of the times, your conversations with your feminine are so pregnant with wisdom, and it gives you so much energy that you're just like, wow, it blows your mind, right? But then your shenanigans are mixed in with the conversation, and you back out in the cold. You back out in the cold because you didn't tell her how much you love her. You didn't show her. You didn't even give her the emotion. You were saying things, but it felt dead. It felt empty. It felt like you saved the real thing for someone else. And you wonder why she knows all your business without you telling her any. Anywho, This is your reading. Please let me know. I would love to hear feedback from Askins. I've had feedback from Askins before, and I love it. I love you all, just like I love the feminine, but I'm like your big sister, okay? If you let me be. I'm going to do these more often if I get feedback. If I see that, people are showing up and watching it. If I get likes and subscribes, if you share it, and if I get comments, then I will do more. Okay? All right. Let me know in the comments. I love you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Peace.